Make mental health great again. Between me and you, I don't think mental health was ever top priority. It's Michael Nicastro here. I haven't done a video like this in a long time. It's about 8:30 p.m. It's kind of dark outside. I've been busy at the farmers markets with my cinnamon bun pop-up, selling fresh baked all natural cinnamon buns. That's been a lot of fun. It's also been a lot of work. People are like, Michael, what are you doing all day with your time? Like, I'm preparing for that. It's a lot of prep. It's a lot of baking. I have to get up early. It's more than it looks just selling little cinnamon buns at the market. So yes, I've been back at Food Truck Friday in Levittown. Check out my booth and this bee about to sting me. Got the cross section right there. Check out these Lexi berets. How do you pronounce this beret? Barrettes? Lexi berets. I said berets. Barrettes. Check it out. Everything's handmade, handcrafted. All American wontons. The big black food truck. Cubby's Chicken Hole, they have fried chicken. Kona ice, this is what I need right now. Nice refreshing ice. And that's a really cool truck, check that out. Nice color, they have seafood. And the Happy Pig. Come on down, it's really hot. I've been focusing more of my energy on doing that, and I've been spending more time with my dog. I've been out in nature. I've also been trying to get more fit, and I tried 2 new things which were fantastic. 1, boxing and kickboxing. I'm gonna sign up. I had a lovely time in this class. It really felt good to release some of this stored up energy. You know, I had this idea of myself as being like a calm, quiet person, but I have a fiery nature too, and I need to get that out. And I also did the new sensational Australian workout called F45 interval training. Really hard, fantastic workout. I recommend it. I'm gonna sign up as well. Anyway, let's jump into this content. So mental health is very important. I just wanted to come on and talk about this real quick because these thoughts came into my mind, and I'll promise I'm gonna try to come out with these videos like I said I was, but life happens. Mental health is important, and like I said, it hasn't really been top priority in our society. In my opinion, how things are portrayed, everything is backwards. We're taught to seek external validation from outside of ourselves rather than look inside for the answers. Let me give you some examples. We're in a consumer-centric culture. Buying the newest technology, buying new clothes, getting this job, achieving this status are all ways to become happy. That's what we're taught by society. But in reality, do these things actually make you happy? Well, that's debatable, right? Like, it can make you happy, but if you're having an internal struggle due to childhood trauma or something else, these are not necessarily going to address the root cause. And that's mental health. That's diving deep within yourself. That's listening to your thoughts. That's being vulnerable with yourself. That's seeking help. Our society tends to label you as having a problem or being crazy when you want someone to talk to. Like, one of my good friends is a licensed mental and cognitive health therapist. He helps people, and his job is to consult with people. And when I think of a therapy, I think of like a boring dialogue between someone in like a formal suit and the patient lying down, something very formal. But I don't think that has to be, because that really means you have a problem, and we're all human beings having multiple experiences throughout our lives. You know, we all have ups and downs, so you can't label someone as having a problem. Well, back to society. Society doesn't like to help you with your problems. You're considered crazy. Instead, they have many ways to numb the pain or allow you to check out for a minute and forget the pain. For example, drugs, alcohol, movies, junk food. These are all different ways for you to mentally and sometimes physically check out. Okay, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but using these things too much, you can really begin to lose yourself in the process. Hence, alcoholics, drug addicts, or people that just procrastinate and watch Netflix too much, or very obese people. This is where it gets carried away. So these people usually have some type of trauma or something that's really influencing them into how they feel, which is leading them to seek food or drugs or alcohol to cope with how they're feeling. Also too, a lot of people say like, oh, you're too emotional, but I think having thoughts feelings, and emotions are essential to the human experience that we all have. They add a zest to our lives, because if we didn't have this, we'd be robots and we wouldn't feel anything. We wouldn't feel love, we wouldn't feel pain. And I'm not saying I like to feel pain, but feeling these emotions is very important for our lives. So when you say someone's emotional, it's just, how do we develop the strength to be able to accept our emotions and understand ourselves so we can control our emotions, and so we don't blow up at someone or misspeak or say the wrong thing, right? That's called mastering your emotions, and it starts with yourself and understanding yourself and getting to know yourself. So spending time alone is a good way to do that. If you don't spend time with yourself, you're just distracting yourself. Always listening to music, always watching a movie, always distraction. What about just listening to the voice inside your head, or the voice here in your heart, your intuition? Listen to your intuition, teaches you things. But when there's so much distractions out there in the form of TV, media, and everything, it's hard to really tap in. And let's not ignore the fact that we're in a global pandemic, and a lot of people feel afraid, anxious, scared. You know, I at one point felt very fearful for my family's health, my family's well-being. So this is influencing the mental health of not just me, but influencing you and the children, right? Like, how do the children play? Like, we're on lockdown. This is something that needs to be realized, that this is affecting the mental health of our children, of each other. And this shouldn't be hidden. We should be able to talk about this and think of ways to come together, think of ways to communicate. I talked about how our society doesn't really prioritize mental health, but now I'm going to share with you some tips so that you can prioritize your own mental health. And I think this is very important. I wish I realized this when I was younger. Point number 1, do not care what other people think. It's very hard not to care what other people think, but don't let what other people think of you really influence you. Forget about them, because someone's always going to have something to say to you. You're always not going to fit in. As a matter of fact, don't fit in, okay? It's okay not to fit in. Be an entrepreneur. Embrace your own individuality. Don't think that just because you're not working a 9-to-5 job like everybody else in your peer group, that doesn't mean that you're no less of a professional. So don't compare yourself to other people and do your own thing. The doing your own thing part is harder, but first step is don't compare yourself to other people. The second point, practice self-care. What I mean by self-care, and it's different for each person, do some type of exercise, physical exercise, great to move your body, get the sweat going, get outside in nature, spend time in nature, go out for walks, go hiking, whatever, something like that. Do something that brings you joy, like reading a book with a nice cup of coffee, taking a nice bubble bath, these sorts of things that bring you joy. The third point, meditate. So meditation is really important, because what it does, I'm not a guru, I can't levitate yet. It helps you tune out all the outside influences and just be one with yourself, one with your thoughts, one with your feelings and emotions. And when you first start meditating, you're gonna have like all these different feelings coming to your mind, all these different thoughts. That's okay. It takes time to get to deeper stages of meditation, and just keep at it, all right? Because you'll be able to be mindful of how you're feeling, and that's super important. That's 3 points. Point number 4, be able to spend time alone with yourself as well as together with other people. It's important to spend time alone because you need to know how it feels to be alone. I'd recommend maybe taking a walk by yourself. No music, no nothing, just taking a nice peaceful walk. At the same end of the spectrum, it's also important to be with other people. We're social creatures. Call your friend up, have dinner with your friend. That's also very important. You don't want to be too much one-sided, to spend too much time alone or spend too much time with other people. That's my opinion. The 5th point, you can get professional help. Like I was saying, my friend, he's a licensed therapist. We don't have formal sessions, but it's nice talking to him because he's able to really listen and assess how I'm feeling and where I should go. So you don't just need a counselor, but it's important to have someone that you can go to for support, okay? And that could be a mental health counselor, that could be a spiritual counselor. I have a couple spiritual coaches, maybe I'll talk about in a video soon. They're very helpful in my daily life. My spiritual coaches, as well as my friend who's a mental health counselor, as well as my friends and families. It could be anyone, but sometimes your family you might not have this type of open relationship with, so then you want to branch out and find someone that you can talk to about these types of topics. So if you do these 5 points, I think it was 5 points I said, you'll be able to learn and take positive steps to be okay with yourself, to tap into your intuition and find the answers within. You'll be more in control of your mind, body, and spirit. That's the name of the game, right? Mind, body, spirit, mental health. Why am I feeling anxious? Why can't I sleep? These things, we need to go within to realize what's the issue. Point number 6, special point outside with the white picket fence. That's be mindful of what you're eating, so eat healthy. So I'm not gonna tell you what to eat. You can figure out what works best for you. Let me give you an example of a car, right? If you put maybe olive oil into the car, is the car gonna have the fuel to go? Absolutely not. It's not going to be able to go. So you need the right fuel for your body. And I love food myself, so I tend to eat some unhealthy things from time to time, but just be mindful of what you're putting into your body. This video is just the tip of the iceberg of mental health. I just shared with you some of my tips, but the main point here is just to really uncondition yourself from all these expectations that society, that your friends, that your parents have been putting on you your entire life. Try to let go of that. And it's gonna take some time. But if you can begin to start this, you'll be a lot happier with simpler things. You'll be whole, you'll be more grounded. I'm on the ground right now, feet on the ground, bare feet on the ground. So you'll feel more grounded. So I'm gonna do a couple more videos diving deep into mental health. But I think if you're in control of your mental health, it's a true sign of strength. So I wish you health, wealth, love, and happiness. Thank you for watching. If you found any value in this video, please hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. And ask me any questions or debate anything. That's perfectly fine. This is just an open dialogue for me and you to learn about ourselves. So I'm on this journey of self-development and spirituality, and I'm just sharing with you what I'm learning about myself. It's not necessarily the right thing, it might not be right for you, but it's just where I'm at in my life right now. All right, take care, peace.